I don't know what I got. Hello. Yeah. Okay. I believe I'm live now. So it's amazing to be here this evening. Thank you to the team Sourcing Business for this for the opportunity to share this evening. I want to know if I can be heard very clearly. So we'll just fire on. Our time is fast spent. Yeah, so please, if you can hear me, can you just drop a comment? Let me know I can be heard. All right, okay, thank you. So my name is Alpha Abena. I will be taking you through today's course, and my topic is very simple. It is a beginner's guide to content marketing. Understanding the who, what, when, where, why, and how of content marketing. Basically, understanding who can create a content, understanding who you are creating a content for, understanding what of content marketing, understand when you need to create a content, understanding where and why and how of content marketing. Basically, just answering all the questions of content marketing, and that is what we are going to be doing today. All right. So, why this session? This session seeks to create um, understanding for marketing professionals and executives, and anyone who just realized that the old way of selling does not work anymore. The old way of relating to customers has changed. Customer interaction has changed drastically. So we need a new way. We need a new way to, connect to our customers, connect to our clients, connect to our audience, and that is why this course is very important. It is important for you to understand content marketing so that you can move in the new trend of things, so that you can relate and connect to your customers in a more unique and 21st century way. Let me put it that way. So we'll jump into it just right away. So I'll start with some basic questions like what is content marketing? What is content marketing? What is content creation? So content marketing is the creation and sharing of content in order to engage and with your potential customers, thereby building trust with the audience. Content marketing is engaging with your audience. In simple terms, content marketing is building trust with your audience. All right. So when you hear content, when you hold a bottle of Coke, what is inside is content. When you buy something in the market, let's say you buy a pack of biscuits. Behind it there are some things that are written about what is inside the ingredient. That is content, but that is not what we are saying in this case. What we are talking about is the creation of materials, creation of resources in order to engage with your potential customers, so that you build trust with them. That is basically what content marketing is, and this is what we'll be looking at, so that you can be able to scale up your business, so that you can be able to scale up your business, so that you can be able to scale up your audience, so that you can be able to relate and interact more with your audience. All right. So what is the role of content marketing? What role does content marketing play? The role of content marketing. Importantly, the content is not about you or your organizations. Content is not about you or your organization. It's about the audience. It's about the audience. I want you to get that in mind. When you're creating content, it is not about you, it is about your audience, your target. Your focus should always be on your audience when creating a content, when marketing your product, when creating something and offer to give to your to your audience. Have that in mind, that your content is always about your audience. True content marketing delivers value to the audience. It provides information that helps people do their jobs better or live their lives better. So you want your content to be able to take your client or your audience from point A to point B. I was blind, now I can see. Your content should be able to do that to your audience. Your content should be able to make their lives better. Your content should be able to improve their business. Your content should be able to help them have a better understanding of relating with you. So when you provide high quality and relevant high high quality, relevant and valuable information, you educate your audience. So the role of content marketing is for education also. So number one is to help your audience get better. Number two is to educate. Your content should have better understanding of what you do and what they are trying to relate with, of what they are trying to get from you. So if your focus is on your audience, then you as a content creator should make sure that the audience that are the focus are getting something from your content. So you don't just write anything, you don't just put out anything for your own self. You do everything for your audience. Okay. So in your content also expresses an opinion, analyzes where your industry is headed, or presents new information that is newsworthy. All right. So your content is always communicating something valuable to your audience. Your content is always communicating something valuable to your audience. It could be a new information, it could be a new hack, it could be anything, it could be a new way of doing things. That is the role of content marketing. So very quickly we'll go to why content marketing. Why content marketing? So since there's a big shift, there's a massive shift in technology, and that shift in technology changed the way marketing game is played. So nowadays people don't just jump on products, they have to have an understanding, they have to have a concrete understanding of what they are getting and what they're doing. So previously advertisers held the control. So the person that can market on TV held the control. The person that can get his product or his message on a newsletter gets the control. But now the control is in the hand of the buyers, and this is where content comes in very important. The control is in the hands of the buyer. When information became ubiquitous everywhere on the web, when at the snap of a finger somebody can access an information, the power shifted from you as the advertiser to the hands of the buyer. So when a buyer wants an information, he can just quickly go somewhere. He can just take google.com and get the answer he is looking for immediately. So the marketers don't have control anymore. Now the control is in the hand of the customers. The control is the hand of the buyer. Buyers are no longer dependent upon marketing for information or trend or new ways to solve problems, and equally no longer depend on sales to navigate the pros and cons solution they were considering. Buyers threw off the shackles and rewrote the rules. So buyers have rewritten the rules of content creation. They have rewritten the rules of content marketing. What do your customers want? So I said from the foundation I laid, I said that the customers now have the power. Customers now have the power in their hand. And then whenever you're creating your content, you should be customer centric. So what do your customers really want? What do your prospects want? What do your clients want? Because you have to know what they want for you to create something for them. So your prospect and customers crave for information. We are in the information age, and the tons and tons and tons of information that is churned out every day is making information overwhelming. You can get information at the tip of your finger. You can get information even your eyes closed, your ear closed, you can still get information. So customers they crave information. They want to know more. They want to know how to. They want to know how it works. They want to know how fast they can get it. They want to know when they can get it. They want to know everything that is involved in what they're getting. So customers crave information. So and the internet is filled with information. Some of it good, some of it bad. So your job as a content marketer is to create information that your audience wants. It can be difficult for audience to determine which information is accurate and worthwhile. Consequently, they are searching for a trusted source, and you should be that trusted source. So, like I said, there are tons of information. If you go on Facebook, if you go on Facebook, if you go on Facebook, you would if you go on Facebook, you would see tons of information, some good, some bad. If you go on Google, you see tons of information, some good, some bad. Your job as a content marketer is to make sure your customers are getting your own information, and people don't know who to trust anymore. Look at what is trending now recently. Everybody is just looking for who to trust. They don't even know who to trust anymore. Businesses are folding up, people are running away with people's money, and so people are looking for who to trust. So you, through your content, should be that person that people can trust. You should position yourself as that person that people can trust. All right, so consider there are some statistics about content marketing. So for you to know how important this is and why you should take it serious, there are some statistics that I have looked into, and I would like to share with you. 57% of marketers have acquired customers from blogs. 57% of customers have acquired customers from blogs. So as a content marketer, as a content creator, you should have a blog. You should have a place where people can go to readily pick out your information. You should have a place where people can go to readily pick out your information. 82% of customers say they like reading relevant content from brands. So you, for example, there are people that you notice, you just watch them and go on WhatsApp to check their status. You watch them on Facebook, you are constantly engaging with their content on Facebook, on Instagram. They are that particular person or that particular brand that in a day you will read from. So that is because that person has positioned himself as an authority, and then you now go there to engage daily. So that is another thing you should do with your content. When your content is consistent, people look for you, people go and engage with you. 78% of customers believe that organizations providing custom content are interested in building good relationship with them. All right, so people believe that when you constantly create content, when you constantly churn out valuable content for them, they perceive it as you interested in their well-being. They perceive it as you interested in what they are interested in. So your job is to also create content daily, so that people have this perception that when you talk about what you do daily, when you talk about things that help them daily, that you are interested in them. So they come to you for help, they come to you for assistance, they come to you to get better. So this is why content creation is very, 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 very important, and this is why you should take it serious. 48% of consumers say content makers make them feel more positively towards the brand. Excellent. This is excellent. So customers now look for people who look out for them. Customers now look for people who reach out to them through their content, through their content marketing, through their daily information, through their daily to do, through their daily help. So your job is to be that person that your customers look forward to, as someone that sends something that helps them. This goes a long way. This goes a long way. Con ten t costs 62% less per lead than traditional outbound marketing. Yes, so when you create con ten t regularly, you gain free traffic. You attract people freely into your, it could be your email, it could be your blog, it could be your social media page, it could be your site, it could be anything. It could be your email, it could be your blog, it could be. All right. So when you create content consistently, you attract free traffic, and it is cheaper to attract traditional traditional traffic sources than running ads and all that. So it is easier to attract customers, and 62% con ten t cost 62% less per lead than traditional outbound outbound marketing. So we move to the next slide, which is building trust with your customers. How do you build trust with your customers? The way to build trust with your customers is to deliver a constant flow of relevant, high quality information. The way to build trust with your customers is not by showing them your product every day. I know some of you must have noticed those people that early in the morning on WhatsApp, they'll just write a status. We are open, we are we are open for business. And then the next thing they start doing is posting pictures of shoes, of bags, of anything. And it will be so long that it becomes very irritating. So you don't want to be that person. You want to be the person that delivers constant flow of relevant, high quality information. And this will make your prospect very grateful. This will make your prospect say, oh wow, I didn't know it was like this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It will make your prospects very grateful. I don't know if I'm still live. Let me find out. Let me find out. All right. So building trust with your customers. So also another way, if you deliver consistent content, they'll feel like you are looking out for their interest. Customers, for you to create content daily, look out for the interest. Touch on the pain points of your customers, help them solve problems, and you're going to build trust with them. Customers also feel very connected.
Should we go to the next slide?
uh yes, please, let's go to the next slide. I don't even know.
This is what should you write about? Can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can't see. It's not visible. It's not moving anymore. Yeah, I think I'm back online. I went off for a while. Yeah. So no, we've not gotten to this point. We are in building trust with your customers. Yes. So the next slide is what should you write about? What should you write about? So if you've been following so far, all right. So if you've been following so far, you see that I have touched on some of the things you should write about. But then, just so we are clear, what should you write about? The important thing to understand is what will be valuable to your audience. The entirety of content creation is customer centric. It is focused on your customers. So whatever you are going to put out there, be it in videos, be it in text, be it in any form you want to create your content, it should be content around your customers. Some will tell you that you can repurpose your sales materials as consumable content, but it is typically not true. All of content is centered around your customers. So many people have been reaching out to you. How do I do this? I am having problem with this. I am having problem with that. What you can do is you can create content around those questions. You can create content around those questions. Your most frequently asked questions. You can create content around case studies. The next slide, please. You can create content around case studies. You can create content about industry articles. You can offer analysis, keywords in your businesses, keyword in your business, keyword in your niche. So if you are in the personal development niche and you are talking about let's say leadership, so every content you're creating should be centered around leadership, should centered about responsibility, discipline, intentionality, building an organization, all those keywords, that will help your prospects, that will help your clients be interested, become better. Those are the things you would create in your content. Social media conversation trends, like the trends going on right now about marriage and about stuff about marriage, about polygamy and stuff like that. So if your niche is centered around that area, you can use it as a content builder. You can use it to build a content for yourself. Social media conversations, you can use other websites too. What are other people saying? What are other websites saying? What is the thing on everybody's lips? You can also use that conversation you have at industry events, and you can use the news also. All right, so we can go to the next slide now, which is who identifying the audience. Who are your audience? Understanding the audience is critical first step before launching a content strategy. So the mistake I see people make is that they first create a content and look for an audience to match it. But that is wrong. The way you do it is you flip it around. You first look for the audience. You first look for people that are hungry. You first look for people that are interested in what you have to create. You first look at what they are interested in. You first look at the thing that is on their lips. Somebody says you enter the conversation in their mind. It was Russell Brunson that says you enter the conversation already going on in your customer's mind. Then you now use it to create a content. So understanding your audience is the first thing to content creation. So create a deep understanding of your audience, create a personal profile, create a personal profile. Yeah, the personal profile should identify key aspects of audience member. So the people you are creating content with are the people that are already hungry. You look for them, you create a persona. So if I am going to create a content, who am I looking for? who fit into the description of the content I am creating. So there are some questions you should ask. And I have included them. I have included them in the next slide, which is, what are the demographics of the group? What are the demography of the group? Where do they stay? What is their age? Where do they congregate? What are their daily pressures? Next slide. What are their daily pressures? What are their daily responsibilities? Yes. What keeps them up at night? Why do they buy? What are their decision points? So whenever you are looking for the audience for you to create content for, these are the questions you will ask. What are their demographic? What is their age? Where do they stay? Well, what are they thinking about? What is their daily pressures? For one way to find this out is to go online, see the conversation on people's lips, see the trouble people are having. Right now, if anybody is in the relationship niche and the person sits down, settle down to create amazing content, the person will cash out now, because right now what is on everybody's lips is relationship, marriage, polygamy, are mutually polygamous in nature. So all those conversations that are going on is what you would ask, is what you will identify for you to know your audience. Why do people buy? What are their decision points? What keeps them up at night? The young people, what keeps them up at night? They want to make it, they want to blow. The ladies, what keeps them up at night? They want to be in shape, they want to look good. So all those questions is what you would ask when creating your persona, when creating your personal profile. This is to help you identify who you're writing for, helps you write better. Identify who you're creating for, helps you create better. So now that you've clearly identify your audience, so let's go to where let's go to where let's go to where the places to publish your content. Now you've identified your audience, you've identified why. Now let's go to where. You've identified who, you've identified how. Now let's go to where. Where are these people staying? Where are my audience? The answer to the marketing portion of content is everywhere. Your audience are everywhere. Your audience are everywhere. So you distribute content through email newsletters and social media channels like LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Like I said, your audience are everywhere. They're on YouTube, they're on Facebook, they're on LinkedIn, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, they are reading a blog somewhere, they're on WhatsApp groups. It's for you to identify them. It's for you to identify them because they are everywhere. It's for you to identify them and tailor your message to them. It should be sent to journalists and influencers, included in comments. Go to comment sections. I mentioned that. Go to comment sections to know where your people are congregated. You go to comment sections, you will see them always commenting on posts, always giving their ideas, always giving their opinions. And do not forget, you must make your content very, very shareable and easily to navigate. You must make it easy to share the content, including social media sharing buttons on your content is a necessity. Social media sharing is a necessity. Make your content shareable. Make your content shareable. Make it easily accessible. Okay, so I think um I've touched on who of content. I've touched on what you should write about. Um, I've touched on why content marketing. I've touched on what. I've touched on who, and I've touched on how. So okay, so let me just briefly summarize what I've said so far. So I said content is any material that you put out there to engage your potential customers and to build trust with them. So this is me wrapping up. This is me trying to bring everything I've said from the beginning. So content creation is creating or sharing a content in order to engage your current and potential customers, thereby building trust with them. So content creation is building trust with your customers. Content marketing rather is building trust with your customers. um the role of content marketing. The role of content marketing is that you deliver value to your audience. It is to deliver value to your audience. When you provide high quality and relevant, valuable information to educate your audience, that is why content marketing is important. You have to deliver value. um why also is because that now the dynamics of content creation, the content marketing have shifted. So customers hold power now because of the myriad of information at their disposal. So you want to watch out for that. All right. So there's the statistics I mentioned, which says that 57% of marketers have acquired customers from blogs, and then 48% of customers says that it makes them feel positively when they know that their service providers, or the people that they're looking for, their people, the people they are buying from, are interested in them. When brands are interested in them, 48% of people say they buy when they know that a brand is interested in them. The way to build trust with your customers is to create high quality information. The way to build trust with them is to create high quality information, and your content will love you for it. So um so what are the things you should write about? You should write about client questions, case studies, industry articles. You should create content about keywords, um, interviews, social media conversations. This is what you should center your content around. The who identifying the audience is to look at the demograph of the people, to look at the conversation in the matter, for you to create a personal profile of who you want to engage with your content. All right, the how is you've clearly defined your audience by creating your personal profile. The next step is to define the scope of the project to ensure everyone is literally on the same page. So the scope of your presentation, the scope of of your project, of how you want to present this content to them, matters a lot. There are people that they are visual centric, like they are interested in just seeing visuals. There are some people that are interested in just seeing text, and there are some people that are interested to listening to just audios because of their time schedule, because of the dynamics of their work or where they are. So you should also find out how you can effectively deliver your content to people. All right. Also, you need an editor. You need to work with editors so that they can help you edit your work, to help you churn out corrections, to help you put corrections, to help you refine your work so that it can be consumable. And you also need an editor. Your calendar should include keywords, assigned content producer, topics, and proposed story headlines, and assigned editors. This calendar will help you know how and the frequency of how you can create your content. This calendar will help guide the the flow and the consistency in which you create your content. We talked about where. Everywhere is where you can drop your content. Your customers are everywhere on social media. So in conclusion, as marketers, this is a concluding word. As marketers, we are now operating in a world of preference marketing, whereas once upon a time marketing raised awareness, it is now to create preference. Now you are not marketing your content for awareness, you are marketing your content for preference. There's already enough awareness. Now you are trying to stand out in the crowd. That is why you should market your content effectively. The rise of the internet and subsequent changes in technology has shifted the balance of power to the customers. Customers can search. People can buy food from Amazon. People can buy food from across the world. So it is not really about you, it is about how preferable you are. So you can stand out. To build preference, you need to build trust. By becoming a trusted source of information, you demonstrate expertise, but also begin to break down any obstacle to making the sale. You are building trust because you are giving away your knowledge. In the era of preference marketing, trust always comes before sales. In the era of content marketing, trust always comes before sales. Think about trust before sales. Think about trust before sales, and then you would have the heart of your audience. So that is the conclusion. At this point, I'll say thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and thank you for applying the principles you've learned. I look forward to hearing from you. Send me a private message. I would be glad to answer all your questions. So thank you. You can stand out. To build preference, you need to build trust by becoming a trusted source of information. You demonstrate expertise, but also you begin to break down any obstacle to making the sale. You are building trust because you are giving away your knowledge. In the era of perfect marketing, trust comes before sale. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.